Welcome to Your Health. I'm your host, Rhonda Alfred, and joining us on this episode is Dr. Jeffrey Rao, a plastic surgeon with Rao Plastic Surgery and Terrebonne General Health System. We're going to be discussing breast cancer awareness today. Welcome to the show, Dr. Rao.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Well, let's get started with you telling us a little bit more about yourself and your role at Terrebonne General.
All right. I'm a board-certified plastic and reconstructive surgeon here at Terrebonne General and in the community. From here, this is my hometown. I got a couple of young boys and a wife, and got plenty of extracurricular stuff that I do, but a big part of my job is, dealing with breast cancer patients.
Okay. Well, I know you stay busy, but with all that going on. So what is breast cancer awareness and why is it so important?
So breast cancer awareness, like any month of any kind of awareness, the big things are about focusing, reflecting, and educating on whatever the month is. And breast cancer happens in 1 in 8 women, so that's pretty common. So no matter where you live, where you're from, you're going to be affected by breast cancer. So you need to learn about it. You need to know about it. You need to know what to do, how to prevent it, and that's why it's important.
Okay, so tell us, what are some risk factors that are important to know?
So risk factors include clearly gender. Everybody thinks that that's an obvious one, but there are over 2,000 men that are diagnosed with breast cancer every year. So men, it's mostly self-exam, but it's clearly more common, the majority being women. Self-exam as well as mammograms are very much the indicated thing to do to try to prevent it. But as far as risk factors, you got early onset of menstrual cycles, late onset of your menopause. You got obesity is definitely a big one. There's other ones like genetic factors that are more rare, but there's other ones that are thought to be more important than others, but those are your main ones.
Are there ways to prevent breast cancer?
Yes, and being that obesity is such a big one, you want to clearly, like any other health issue, you want plenty of diet and exercise to minimize that extra weight, because that extra weight is associated with higher estrogen, higher levels of hormones that lead to some of these breast cancers. So I can say for myself, a lot or most of my breast cancer patients are obese or overweight. And it's very clear that weight has a lot to do with it. The other ways to prevent it, once you actually get cancer, is to prevent it early. So screening and detection early is a big deal.
And what age should women start getting breast cancer screenings?
So according to the American Preventative Task Force, the age now is 40. It used to be 50 many years ago. It's moved down to 40, and it's even gotten younger, down to 35 for higher risk patients. So 40 is definitely the latest you should have your first mammogram, and you should also, like I mentioned before, do self-exams, because a lot of cancer is found by the patient themselves.
Right. And how do you help women who do have breast cancer?
So I'm the big part of reconstructing the patient and making them whole by doing all the breast reconstruction surgeries. That's a huge part of it. I also help educate them on a lot of the process of it. That's a big part of my practice, talking with them about all the various things that they'll be going through. And I'm proud to also have been part of a group that started the Bayou Region Breast Cancer Support Group. We meet every month, mostly here locally at the library, and it's a way in which people can get together and connect and support each other in a positive way, unlike a lot of things you may see on the internet. So that's how I've helped probably the most, for sure.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, what are some of the benefits that patients can get from breast reconstruction?
So I tell every person every woman that comes in and says, I feel vain about what I'm going through and trying to reconstruct my breast, it's not about how they look completely. I say that you focus mostly on the long-term effects of what cancer does to you. You don't want to wake up 5 years from now and then look at yourself and see scars that remind you every day that say, I'm a cancer patient, and mentally it beats you up. With the techniques we're able to use, it looks very much normal or close to normal, and you just move about your day, and mentally you've defeated it. So it's more of a confidence thing. It's more of a uplifting thing to make you feel again like a woman.
Well, what techniques do you use?
So the two main techniques are implant reconstruction and tissue flap reconstruction. It's very complex, and you can go into the weeds a lot, but for the majority of patients, since we're able to offer both of those here at Terrebonne General, including every different type of flap you can use, most patients benefit from the flap. It's a little bit more preferred since it's your own tissue, but some patients are great implant candidates also.
Okay, that sounds pretty high tech.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how can someone schedule a consult with you?
So they can either call Mary Bird Perkins or they can call my office at 709-0467 or go to the website at rauplastics.com and submit a consult there.
Okay, well, thank you so much for all you're doing for breast cancer patients.
Very welcome.
Thanks for being here. For more information about breast cancer awareness and Terrebonne General Health System, visit tghealthsystem.com. Thanks for joining us on To Your Health. I'm your host, Rhonda Alfred, and we'll see you right back here next week.